Well, I've always been involved in conservation. That's been my passion. About 10 years ago when we started with the Sabi Sand, we understood that conservation now is as much about people as it is about animals. So it was really a way to have impact.
Conservation is not exclusive of communities. It needs to be inclusive. What we do, how we do, communication is key.
So the three things we work around are education, environmental initiatives, and enterprise development. So trying to really bring all three of those into connecting people to opportunity.
Nature plays a very important role in our life, also to make sure that we help one another, we work together, we can solve any challenges that we might be facing within the communities if we work hand in hand with the reserves.
The mission of GWF for us is to challenge education. It's to challenge what we learn, to challenge how we learn, and I think most importantly for all of us, to challenge who has access to that learning. So the Sabi Sand Pfunanani Trust is involved with us at every single campus. They're a strategic partner with Good Work Foundation. It's through them that every lodge in the Sabi Sand Wildtuin is involved in every one of our satellite campuses. And I think it's a partnership and a movement that is really starting to see the successes of these young people as they start to move into positions both in the reserve and out.
The specific role of this campus, we actually run two core programs, which is the Bridging Year Academy and the Open Learning. So basically what it does is to deliver digital skills to this rural community, because there has been a huge gap of young people not being able to access the digital world and being able to navigate the 21st century.
It is very important because it's making a huge difference within the communities, and in collaboration we can do our best in terms of uplifting our communities.
If you can help somebody get and keep a job, you feed the family, you send the kids to school, that's the biggest single impact you can have in that family or that household. So a lot of our programs are working at building skills. We do internships and career training, helping people actually connect with job opportunities. We do work with small businesses as a way of creating job opportunities, but it's all about creating independence and empowerment. And then from there, we want to then help them become conservation leaders.
I'm working as a supervisor, but even my children, I teach them about the bush, Big Five, and what is the importance of the animals, most especially the rhino.
We're not just helping our communities, we're helping ourselves in essence as well. So creating jobs, creating conservation opportunities and education while you're doing it, it's a win-win situation for everybody.
One part of our conservation program is all about connecting 9, 10, 11-year-olds to our greatest asset, which is the Greater Kruger National Park. And so the Sabi Sand School Safaris is all about getting young children from the schools that surround GWF campuses into the Sabi Sand Wildtuin. If young children don't get the same feeling of their hair standing on end when an elephant walks past them on an open vehicle, then how are they going to get excited about becoming a wildlife vet or a conservationist?
I think it will play a big part in terms of assisting our youth to start thinking twice in terms of how they choose their career path based on the environment where they are from, because it will make life easy for them in terms of getting jobs. It will also assist them to also understand that animals are not strange in our life, so we need to look after them.
If you look at our area, it's quite unique. We've got a lot of community land where the cattle eat the grass or buffalo rhino eat the grass. We need to manage it as a holistic conservation area.
When we look at our communities, the population is getting bigger and people are moving to the places where we take our cattle for grazing. That's why we went to Sabi Sand to ask them to help us. Now, when we look where they've already done their job, now the grass, with a little rain that we have, is a little bit up.
The whole strategy for the reserve is there is no fence, there's landscape conservation.
The same rain falls on both sides of the fence. So conservation always used to stop at the fence, and now it's about conservation going beyond borders.
Ever since we started engaging with communities, that's when most of the communities, they started realizing how important the reserve is and how much they can benefit from the reserve as long as the communities and the reserve work hand in hand.
Onge mungori endla ritiya ngopfu leswaku ku nga ngheni munhu a hi onhela. Swiharhi leswi nga hala I swa n'wehe ku mi swi hlayisa, mara I swa n'wehe na hehe because na hehe hi kuma benefit hikwalaho ka swona. Se ha hi swi twisisa kahle ku swi hlayisani ntumbuluko. Inkomo.
We also have a Project Dignity where we also assisting young girls from the communities. They're facing challenges of not having enough or not affording to buy sanitary towels, so we help them.
The pad is got, you can feel the plastic on the inside.
And then one of the biggest challenges that the girls are actually having outside there is actually because the girls don't do great in school, because when it comes to be the stage of puberty, they skip school. Because I also used to skip school because I didn't have any idea exactly what's going on to my body. So Project Dignity give them a washable sanitary pads. The pads is actually have 9 pads inside and then 3 underwears, but just for extras. They can wash them and then it lasts them for 5 years, and then it's also environmental friendly as well. I believe in education, and if those girls can able to be educated, it doesn't matter what kind of a family you're coming from. It doesn't matter if you don't have parents. If you have education, you've got everything.
As the world continues to develop and grow, there are going to be fewer and fewer wild places left in the world, and I think the Sabi Sands is one of those places. And I think it will become more and more valuable to the world at large and to the people who live near it.
What this reserve has done is shown good governance. What they say they're going to do it, they're going to do it. It's been seen in the community.
These young people every day inspire us to just want to do more for them, because once you take the lid off these young rural communities, the potential and the ability and the passion to move forward is just unstoppable.
We have been so privileged to just have a team of totally passionate, driven people who stop at nothing and they never give up. And you know, development work is not always easy. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. Sometimes you've got to do it day in, day out before you see the change that you're working towards. You know, they always reach deeper and can find more to get the job done, and it's just been my privilege to lead them.